guys, my name is Tifi and this is Tifi. If you're new, hey girl, hey, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. So in this video, I went ahead and showed you guys how I installed a pre-colored wig.
Take it away, feeling too good to me. Chilling all day, all in your space is where I wanna be. Here in this room, what did you do?
Now, this is the wig. It was colored as well as plucked by a company called Tifi in Houston. I will leave their Instagram. I don't think they have a website. So I'm not sure if they do ship worldwide, but I will leave their information in the description box below. But I just showed you guys how to do this. It's very cute. I do like the color. It has like a brown and then blonde with dark roots. It's really giving the new trend that's on social media. So I really do. This is the finished look. I bleached it myself. You could have just left it the way it was, but I didn't really like that, so I did bleach it myself. So this is the hairline. I hope you guys can see. So it came out really well, especially because again, I'm still learning how to install wigs myself. But I wanted to try something different. It is spring. I feel like this look is giving very much springtime. The hair, the makeup, the outfit, you guys can't see it, but it's all giving spring. And same thing with my nails, spring. Everything's giving colorful, give very vibrant colors. So that's what I'm into this summer, in the spring area. So this is what this is the look. And I did go ahead and film this makeup tutorial, but I will link that in either the cards or in the description box below, depending on which video I drop first. More than likely the makeup video will be dropped after this, so you guys will see this video first, and then I will link the makeup later in time. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If you do like the way this install came out, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. If you want to see more content from me, then of course subscribe. I will be dropping more videos. Recently I had to take a step back from YouTube. Life was crazy and everything builds up, and eventually you just need a woosah. So that's why I took a break, but I'm back now. I do have a few looks I want to give you guys in regards to makeup. I do want to try something different. I want to do more makeup tutorials, so I will be doing more looks, springtime looks, you know, whatever comes to my mind. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to show you guys how I installed this wig. I didn't show how to curl it, but I can do a tutorial for pin curls later in time. But I just did want to show you guys how this looks. So that's enough of me rambling. Let me go ahead and get out of here. But don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment, and hit that bell so you know time next time I post. And that's all, babe. Stay golden.
Alexa, play 850.
Alright guys, so we're just gonna hop into it. So I already have the wig placed on. I'm just using my hot comb to make sure there's no sparse hairs, no flyaways, so they don't get stuck to the lace whenever I'm installing. So I took a baby wipe and then sprayed it with alcohol to make sure that there was no makeup on my forehead. And then I use, I think, 4 layers of the Bold Hold Active. As you can see, I did place some marks onto my face with my foundation powder. With my concealer, but I really didn't need that. The reason I did this is because I'm still learning how to install a wig all together. Normally I do it in sections, but since this is a new wig, I decided to try my luck out by just adding the glue at one time, not going into sections. So first thing I did is, of course, I went ahead and placed the glue where I wanted it to be. Then I took my wooden tool and then went ahead and smeared that in as well. And now you see me here removing those marks on my forehead, because again, I realized I didn't really need them. And this is my second layer. I know in previous videos I said don't go ahead and let it dry clear, because when you place the lace on there, it'll just be good. I wanted to try something different, so I did go ahead and make sure everything was clear before adding the second layer. This is the first time I'm actually using the Bold Hold in general. I normally use the Kiss Almighty lace glue, so I wanted to try something again. I want to try something different with this install because I wanted to make sure that it lasts. Now I did go a little excessive with how many layers I placed, in reality, you only need 2 or 3. Most hairstylists, they do apply 3 layers onto your skin and before they place the lace down. So you don't have to go as hard as I did with the lace. I'm with the glue. Also, you can make it a little bit smaller. It doesn't need to be that spread out. But it was just something that I did. Again, this is the first time I'm using this glue and trying to do my hair in this method. So that's what I'm pretty much doing here. You guys are going to watch me continue to press those glues into my head. And one key thing I would recommend is cutting the ear tabs before you're ready to glue it down. I know some YouTubers do it while they're laying it down, but personally, I don't do that. Again, I'm still learning, and I'm just taking my blow dryer, and I did it on cool/warm settings. So as you can see, this is when I was becoming extra and just adding unnecessary amount of glue. I know that the label on the bolt hole says you can lay it down for up to 7 layers, but you really don't need that much. If you're planning to wear this wig for a while, I would say do 4. But if you're only wearing the wig for a couple of days and you just want to make sure that it lays properly, you can get away with 2 or 3. So as you can see, I'm adding more glue, again being extra, and I didn't really need all that, but I did it anyway, and I did like how everything turned out. I'm hoping that this stays for the full 2 weeks, or at least a week and a half, because I do live in Texas and it's pretty much spring/summer now, so it might get really hot. So after I spread the last little bit of glue I wanted to add, I went ahead and placed the lace where I wanted it to lay, and then after that I grabbed my comb and I just pressed that into my skin, as well as using my fingers to really cement it down. I know you're not supposed to really use your fingers, but I had already washed my face, taken a shower. My hands are pretty clean. I didn't really have any oils, and throughout the process I didn't have the issue with that, with using my hands to press it down. So make sure you're really pressing down the ear tabs, because they're the ones that normally lift the quickest when installing the wig. For some odd reason, no matter how much glue you put there, it always takes forever to really set. So after I was satisfied with how that looked so far, I went ahead and grabbed my blow dryer one more time and made sure to, go ahead and make sure everything is laid where it needs to be. And then I believe after that, I used the elastic band. You can keep it up for 10 minutes, but just make sure it's tight. But if even after 10 minutes, if you're feeling like it's pulling at your scalp or you're getting a headache, just go ahead and take it off. You don't really want to be in pain trying to lay your lace. And I just went ahead and used that blow dryer while the elastic band was around my head, to give it a little bit more security. And after that, I went ahead and tied it. And after I finished tying, I believe the next clip you're going to watch me take the band off. Exactly. So I'm taking the band off now, and it's giving what it needs to give. I don't know if this lace is transparent or HD. I believe it's transparent lace, but don't quote me. Again, Tiff Hair's salon is in Houston only. I don't know if they have other locations, but again, I will leave the information in the description box below. And you just saw me use scissors to cut 4 sections in regards to how I take the lace off. So I started off with a small razor, but I realized it wasn't really helping me. So then I took this razor that I normally use to really help me cut off all that excess lace. And once I felt like I was satisfied with how the lace looked, I did go ahead and start the process with baby hairs and making sure that's laid correctly. This part is a little tedious because I've learned that the best thing that I can do is take off more lace the first time, and then over time the wig is going to start to have a wear and tear, and so you will eventually have to cut some more lace to continue to make it look like a scalp. So right here I'm just taking my Ruby Kisses to go ahead and add that foundation around my hairline before pulling out the baby hairs. Now, just because I pulled this many baby hairs does not mean this is how thick my baby hairs are. I don't like thick baby hairs. I like it to be as scalp I cannot talk. Scalp-like as possible, but I just take that out in regards to assisting with really laying that lace down. So I use my hot comb to make sure that the part, like they were basically straightforward. Then I'm taking my Eben lace spray in the red bottle. I really like the red bottle. I have tried the black one, but I don't really think it does anything different. Maybe I'm just not really out and about, so I wouldn't really notice it, but I think it's about the same process as the red one. So I went ahead and made sure that everywhere I sprayed was pressed down by my comb. And another tip I would recommend is making sure everything is dry before moving on to the next step. You don't want to do all this hard work and then put your elastic band down, and then when you take it off, it kind of pulls at the wig because it's not fully dry and it's stuck to the elastic band. So I recommend doing that and making sure everything is super dry before adding the elastic bands. That's what I'm doing here. And I'm also using my home comb to pull everything back. Again, I don't want any flyaways, and I don't want any extra hair that I'm not really trying to create in baby hairs. So I do this for quite some time because I'm a perfectionist, and I just want to make sure that it's laid properly. So then after that, I use a blow dryer, again trying to make sure it's super dry before adding the elastic band. And I feel like that's the best bet in regards to this. And again, I'm just making sure that the lace is good to go. Taking my elastic band one more time, and I'm going to go ahead and tie that pretty tight. You can leave it on for longer than 10 minutes. I did start watching a show and getting prepared for work in regards to what I was going to wear the next day, because this was filmed on Saturday. So I kind of lost track of time. But once you start feeling like it's hurting you, go ahead and take that elastic band off. And what I'm doing here is I'm just taking my comb and basically trying to remove any excess on my on where the baby hair should be. Obviously, make sure you're very careful when you're using the hot comb. I burned myself so much during this install. I'm just taking an alcohol wipe to make sure that there is no crunchiness whenever I'm doing my baby hairs. Using that comb one more time, and then once again back again with the hot comb. As you can see, I took more baby hairs away. Like I stated, I wasn't going to use all of those for my baby hairs. I still feel like this is too much, but we move. So now I'm just using my Eben wax stick to make sure that my hairline is pressed back. I really like the pressed back look. So now I'm taking my heat protectant with my hot comb to again push those hairs back. I found that when using your hot comb with the heat protectant, it actually does make your lace look better. I've tried that for a couple of different installs, and this one basically made me realize that was the case. So I'm just taking my razor and I'm just cutting them as short as possible, because you don't really want thick, large baby hairs. And then I'm taking my scissors and just like kind of slanting it as I cut. And then after that, I do start to mow my baby hairs. The footage got lost, so this is the end of the baby hairs. And now this is the next day. I've already did my makeup, and I also did pin curls. So now I'm just removing the pin curls, because I tend to like pin curls because I feel like they make your curls last the longest. But then again, I don't really know how to use a curling iron, so I'm pretty sure if I use a curling iron, it will be the same process. But for me, because I'm still learning how to perfect my installs, I just use a wand, and it does the same thing. I like the way the curls look with the wand. So after I have completely taken all the pins out of my hair, what I end up doing is taking my Garnier Sleek Shine oil, place it on my hand, and then finger comb all of my hair to the front of my face. Then I take a wide tune comb and then continue to brush that all forward. Once it's fully brushed forward, I do go ahead and do the toss method, which I just toss my head back a couple of times, and it gives me more volume. Then I take the wide tooth comb again, and then basically make sure to clean everything up and try to figure out how I want it to lay on my head. And after that, I do believe I used the hot comb. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe that's what I did next after I was satisfied with how the hair looked. Yeah, so I used the hot comb to again do that hump method that I like. I only really like when I wear a middle part, and normally only with like body wave hair. So then after that, after I was satisfied with that, I did go ahead and take my razor and cut some layers in the bang area. I didn't really do a full cut, I just did it in the front, and just to give it a little bit more volume. So then after that, I am pretty much done, I believe so. And you guys can keep watching until the very end, but you will see the end results pretty soon. And if you do like this video, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and hit that bell so you'll be notified. I'm just adding a little bit more Garnier to make sure my hair is soft, because it is 613 hair that has been processed already. So that's pretty much what I did. Okay guys, stay golden. Mwah.